Hello. Good morning, everyone. It's Brenda over at Blasterworks, and it is Sunday, trash talk time, and I am going to the flea market this morning. So this will probably just be the introduction, and then I'll have to finish it up when I get home, which means I'll either do a voiceover or I'll just make the page real quick and then follow up. But I realized that, okay, because I have the last of my German snacks or Belgium snacks, and we still have another week to go. I realize this is a 5-week month, not a 4-week month. So I divvied up my snacks wrong. I should have, kept a couple for this week coming up. But oh well. I do have some other snacks. I have a bag of popcorn that I'm working on right now that I can use, and then I'm sure I'll be buying other snacks during the week. So anyway, this week, which is week 18, 19, 20. I got to put a number on this one. No, 20. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5. Okay, yeah. So we're working on 20. And then we're going to have another week still left. Okay, so we're working on week 20, which was the week we just finished. And let's see, let's just dive into the snacks first. This is the last of the Belgium snacks, and I had this little nut bar, which I thought was going to be like a Snickers, but it didn't really taste like a Snickers because it had this white creamy thingy in there, which I'm not sure, and I might have already like cut out the description, might have been on the back of something else. Let's see. Oh wait, here it is. Cool, we still have it. Crispy, yeah, they were wafers. There were wafers in there too. Layers, creamy hazelnut filling, and crunchy roasted nuts, all coated in milk chocolate. Yeah, so it was different from a Snickers, whereas I thought it was going to taste like a Snickers. It didn't, but it was good. I liked it. This one I would say probably about a 9 out of 10. Yeah, I would eat that again. This one was I had to take the picture out on this one because it's one of those clear packages without a picture. This one was gingerbread. This was the gingerbread, and it looks like this. It had 2 pieces in there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but and what I thought was dried fruit at the top, like I thought, oh, is that bits of pineapple chunks or whatever, was actually crunchy pearl sugar, a caramelized crunch, and it was nice and crunchy. So this was pretty good too. I wasn't a big fan of it. Hubby seemed to like it, but he doesn't eat. He's trying to cut down on the sugar. So we still have a little piece over there on our snack shelf. Like he's just taking little bites off it here and there. But he seems to like it. So for my taste, I'd say probably about 7 out of 10. And I like gingerbread, but ginger, I'm not a big fan of ginger itself, like in cooking and stuff. But gingerbread and like ginger ale, stuff like that, I do like. I'd say 7 out of 10. It was a little, a tiny bit on the dry side, which is to be expected, prepackaged stuff. And then flavor wise, I just wasn't a huge fan of it, but it was good. And then these were like gummy candies. And remember, I wasn't sure what they were. I thought they kind of looked like dolphins. But they were giant sour gummy rats. And I'll put a picture here because I did take a picture of it the best I could to try to get you guys to see what it looked like. And I couldn't decide if it was strawberry or cherry or whatever. And I guess I'm right because it says bursting with a tangy red fruit flavor. So it doesn't really tell you what flavor it is. And it was a little sour. So it was in between sweet and sour. But I liked them. I'd say maybe, but I'm not a big candy person, like gummy candies and all. I mean, I'll eat them and I like them when I'm traveling. I like candy when I'm traveling, but just for a snack. Oh, look, they have like a little star rating. Did they have this on all of them? Because I didn't know that. That would have been interesting to do. Huh. Well, that's kind of late in the game now. I've only got 1 more month left. But yeah, so when I'm doing a number ranking, but this one I would say would probably be about a 7 or 8. Yeah, 7 or 8, only because I don't really like candy as much as I do like cookies and cakes and stuff like that. But yeah, it was pretty good. And then, of course, my favorite cookies, or one of my favorite cookies, if I buy store-bought cookies. And this time I was able to find one of the flavors that I like, which is the salted caramel. It's still not the one I was looking for. I can't remember the flavor of the one I really liked, and I just will know it if I see it. But this was pretty close because it has the salted caramel uh, chips and stuff like that in there. But this was a good one. And then I also went to actually the excitement of our week last week was I went to Amazon Fresh, which is a grocery store, and I went there because what was I looking for? I needed iced coffee. I needed a cold brew coffee, and I know I get it from Albertsons, but that's a little further away. And I know I can get it from Lazy Acres, but they're a little bit pricier. So I was like, you know what? Let me go to Amazon Fresh and see if they have the same brand, which they did, and it was $1 cheaper. So you know, well, while I was there perusing the dessert section, the bakery section, I came across they had like a little triangle, plastic triangle with cheesecake, right? But it was a sample, so it had one, two, had like four. It was probably about this big. Had like four slices of cheesecake in there, and so I kept the label off of that cheesecake sampler. Okay, and it also had this sticker on it, so it only cost for four slices of cheesecake $1.25. Imagine my surprise. So yeah, so I got that, and that lasted me actually 4 days because I only ate a little bit of each day, so that lasted me the 4 days. Um, but back to Amazon Fresh. So I went there, and I don't know if any of you are familiar with that grocery store, but they have carts. If you have Amazon Prime, you just and this was my first time trying this because I'm like, you know what, I need to technology wise. I try to keep up with technology, even if I just do it like this time. I just did it this one time just to see if I could do it. In case the world changes and everything is like that, I don't want to not be able to do it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm going to go next time to Amazon Fresh and do it again, but at least I know how to do it. And since we weren't on a time schedule and we could take our time, it was the best time to go. And it was in the middle of the day on, I think it was a Wednesday, so there was hardly anybody in the store. So the lady there that worked there helped us get started. But I was able to scan it. You go onto your app, you pick that you're shopping, and then a barcode, a Q code, one of those Q things comes up, and then you just scan it on your cart so it knows who's shopping. And then it has like these scanners facing to the basket. And it also has on this side of the basket closest to you, it has a scale. So when you get like tomatoes and you punch it into the keypad and then you put it on that little scale, it weighs it, and then you put it in the cart. The produce section, I had a little bit harder time, but she showed me another way to do it just in case you guys want to try it. And you go to their scale, you look it up on their scale, weigh it, and then you can print a barcode for your tomatoes. So I did that, printed my barcode, and then when you put it in the cart, you have these two barcode thingies that you just can scan it. Scan your barcode, put it in the cart. So I did the produce that way because that was a lot easier than trying to use the scale under here and trying to look it up on the keypad up here on the cart itself. So all that to say, it was quite an adventure for hubby and I, but we had fun. And he was like leaning on the cart, and she's like, don't lean on the cart because your weight, it showed like our tomatoes was like 10 pounds or whatever. And she's like, yeah, don't, because he was like leaning on it. And so I'm like, yeah, babe, don't touch the cart. Don't put anything in the cart. Let me take care of it. So, but we had fun with that, and it was kind of cool. And then when you leave, you don't go through the checkout. They have like this runway, and you just roll over it. And as you're rolling over it, you see it totaling up your thing. And then you go to the next arrow, and it's completing it, and then you're done. And you just walk right on out. And they already had bags in there, like grocery bags in the cart to help you, so you could already bag as you're going. So we did that and just wheeled it on out to the car, and that was it. So that was pretty cool. But that was our adventure for the week. All that to say, yeah, shows how I was older, boomers and Gen X. That's us. He's a boomer. I'm a Gen X. But anyway, So this is my trash. I did cut these out to put inside the packaging. I still need to clean them. I'll do that off camera. But these are, I don't really have anything to make a page except for this. And then I don't have anything to write on for my journaling except for this. So somehow this is going to have to be the page and the journaling card at the same time, or journal page at the same time. So I'll figure that out when I get back from the flea market. And then other than that, oh, sorry about that glare. Other than that, work is the same. I did have to send back all my stock of lenses, which was over 1,600 something lenses. Had to box them all up, send them out. And so now our drawers that used to hold all our lenses, everything is empty. Kind of sad. But that was work-wise. That's what I did most of the week, was inventory, recall, and it's going. Work is going pretty good. Like I said in the last trash talk, the hours are kind of going down. The last hour report I got was only like 30 hours, which would be okay for me, because that's all I want is 30 hours, enough to keep me at my full-time status. But I also have one. I want to give him a day. But luckily, the week that is the 30 hours, I have a couple doctor appointments, so I was able to give him those 2 days that I need off. I gave it to him, and then I'll just take PTO. But tomorrow I find out what the next week after that is. Hopefully, it's like around 35-ish, 34. I can kind of squeeze, I can shift it around a little bit. So that's what I'm hoping for. But anyway, so I need to get ready to go to the flea market. Yay! Today's Torrance. That means we have breakfast in the morning, which is good. Our oatmeal, which I showed you guys, and I actually drew it on my Draw Something, which reminds me I need to take a picture today too. I'll probably try to take a picture at the flea market so I can draw it for my Draw Something video. But yeah, and then I'll be back shortly, okay? So hang tight. All right, you guys, I am back from the flea market, and the only thing I found was this little guy. So I'm just going to clean him up, and I'm going to put him up on my paint tree with my other little bits and bobs that I have up there. In fact, I'll show you that after the end of this video. So now I have already cleaned off my wrappers. I did that before I went to the flea market, and I already cut my cookie bag how I wanted it. So I just trimmed top and bottom, and then I just cut along the edge here. It was like that. But I'm going to make the page like this. So this is going to be my page. And then I'm going to journal here on this part. It's kind of slick, but I think I can write on it maybe with a gel pen or a marker. So then I just need to decorate. So that's the middle. I just need to decorate this and this section here. I don't have much, so that should be pretty easy. So I'm just going to tape everything down and be quiet so I can just fast forward through that real quick. All right, bear with me. Okay, that was super easy. I think less trash sometimes makes it easier. So remember, we still have one more week to go in May. So next week's snacks will be local snacks. And I already have one. I think did I mention that already? I already have one I'm eating right now. I won't tell you. It's a puffy corn, like kind of like puffy Cheetos. It's kind of like that kind of snack, but the flavor is quite different. So I won't say what the flavor is until I finish the bag. But yeah, it's interesting. So I have my page made from my cookie. One of my favorite cookies is Tate's. So made from the cookie wrapper. My Belgium snacks are here, and I made it to where I could take these out so I can read the description, because since you can't really see on the inside there, and then here like this. It's my cheesecake snack, and then the candy bar. And then I'm going to journal here, and I'll probably journal in this direction and write across there like that. Easy peasy. And I forgot to add a picture, which I'll enter it now. So on Sundays, when Pat and I go to the flea market, hold on, let's let that plane go by. Anyway, when we go to the flea market, she will usually pick me up, and she will stop by her local bakery, and she'll bring like a donut or a cronut or something to that nature. And then once she picks me up, then we go through the Starbucks drive-through, and then I purchase the coffee for us. But this was last week's donut, let's call it. I don't know what, croissant or whatever it was. It was huge. It was huge. It took me, I could have eaten it probably in 3 sittings, but I did it in 2. I ate part of it while I was at the flea market, and then the other half I waited until I got home, and I think I had it for lunch, actually, because that's how big it was. But yeah, so I'm not healthy. By all means, I am not healthy all the time. I am trying to be healthier, but would you be able to pass that up? I don't think so. Anyway, and then today when we were at breakfast, I did take another picture of my breakfast, but you'll see that next week. And if I don't show it to you, well, actually, I might draw it. It might be my draw something subject again, depending on if I get another picture. And then the guy, the waiter who saw me taking a picture of my breakfast, I explained to him that I do the draw something video, and that their oatmeal was my subject last time. So he had me write down my YouTube channel so that he could watch it. So hopefully I get a new subscriber out of that. But he said the owner of the shop likes to see stuff like that. So hopefully, yeah. But anyway, so yeah, that was our breakfast for flea market last week, and then this week was something different. I got an open faced toast. It had green fried tomatoes on it, artichoke hearts, spinach, over easy egg, and then like a pesto sauce. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Oh, and then he also gave me some stickers. So I got to find out where I'm going to put these. But yeah, isn't that cool? So I got some stickers. This one especially, I'm thinking I might put it on one of my bags, like on the inside of a blank one or something. But we'll see. This would have been great in the coffee journal, huh? I think I'll put one of these in the coffee journal, because they are in my coffee journal, Coffee and Friends journal, but not a sticker. But I might do that. I might just add the sticker to it. All right. So this guy, let me show you where he's going to go. I just need to wipe him off because you see he's kind of dirty. Hold on. Let me put him up here. All right. So this is my pain tree. I think you guys have seen it before. and it is not that one. That's just a spice rack. This is an egg incubator, okay, from a farm or whatever. So that's an egg incubator rack, and I turned it into a pantry, okay. There's my sign that says 24 hours pantry. And then I have little knickknacks that were given to me and that I found, like this little guy I found at the flea market. But I just added the palette and the paintbrush to him. And then that, isn't that cool? Got that from an artist that is on Instagram, Lost Coast. Was it Lost Coast Post? I think I'll have to find out, and I'll put her Instagram in the description. She makes cute little things, art, and she makes these little figurines. That guy is old. We have him in every house that we've been in since my little mini-me was probably about 5. And we always have him facing the front door. And then there, so he'll be here. But yeah, so that's it. And then in my pantry, I have these little egg with fake, those are fake succulents because I can't keep them alive over here. I have those in there just because this is an egg incubator. So yeah, I'll clean him up and then he'll go back up there. I'll probably put something on his feet so that he doesn't fall. And here's my makeshift little camera thing. All right, so there we are. Okay, and with that, I am now going to go out into the yard, to the backyard. I still need to get some soil for my spinach seed, but I do have the cardboard out, and I do have some branches from my loquat tree that we trimmed back. I had those layered on the bottom, and so now I just need to add the coconut core and the soil, which I need to get some soil to mix up with the coconut, and then I'll put that out, and then I'll plant the seeds. So hopefully by next Sunday, I can actually maybe do a short video and show you what I've done there. I also checked on my garlic. There's some duds in there. I can tell because the leaves are the, I call them leaves, but whatever it is, the grassy part that's coming up, very thin. And it looks like some animal, not digging, but treading through there and has knocked over a lot of the smaller ones. And I think that's why they didn't grow. I had to keep putting them up, and I think that animal just kind of, whatever it was that was trudging through there, kind of messed them up a little bit. But there are some good looking ones in there, so hopefully they're not all duds. But we'll see soon. I think maybe it's already almost the end of May, so I'm thinking in a couple weeks or so I'll be able to harvest, and I'll take you guys along. Okay? All right, but now we'll close this trash talk down. I think I mentioned everything. There's not much going on this week with me. Work was good, like I said, just the lens recall, and yeah, rode my bike four out of the 5 days, or 3 out of the 4 days because I had an extra day off. Oh, and then physical therapy. I didn't even go last week. I'm sorry. The week before, my shoulder hurt worse than it was before I started therapy. So I needed a break, and I might not even go back this coming up week either. I think I'll just keep doing my in-home exercises that I learned, and just keep doing those because I have an appointment in June with sports medicine, and let's see what they have to say. But if they want to do like surgery or something, I'm just gonna, yeah, I might not do that at all. I'll just have to live with the pain, and then hopefully with my in-home exercises, I can kind of fix it on my own. But yeah, so that's it. I hope you guys have a fantastic, productive week. If you haven't seen it already, I did drop an asylum video yesterday. Yeah, I think Friday, or yeah, Friday maybe. So look for that, and hopefully we'll start getting back into that. It felt so good to get back into the asylum journal, so I need to keep that momentum going. And then also I need to get started on my portrait of Hansi that I have in my head that I want to get out also. And I think once I get that done, I'll feel better, and I'll change on Instagram and Facebook, you'll see I have Hansi's picture as my profile pic, and that's staying until I can get this painting out of my head. And actually that's the portrait that I want to paint because I love that picture of him. So yeah, so that's what's on my plate for this coming up next few weeks. And I look forward to seeing what you guys do. As always, love having you here with me. And I hope you guys take care and be good and be kind. All right? Tschüss.